I think which year was that? 2011.
2011. I think
he was already on the trend.
Yes, he had some issues with Queen Z or something like that.
Okay.
But I didn't want to get into all of that.
Yep.
I was always a fan of Queen Z because living abroad, we heard about Queen Z and whatnot. And she was very professional, by the way. Yep. We went and picked her up, brought her to the studio, sent her the beat. She sat there, did her stuff and recorded it. And I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
And I told her, hey, listen, we're going to do a video, but we don't even have cameras.
It was hard by then.
Oh, my
you have to use the camcorder, this camcorder.
You see the quality of the video?
Yeah, it was 720 or 360
it was like maybe
pixels.
100.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
So what happened is,
yeah.
I think there was a TV station.
That's Ebony. Ebony TV.
We went to Ebony.
Yeah.
And we found some guy at the reception. He said, hey, we would like to. He didn't understand what you were saying. Like, what do you mean shoot a video? Mm-hmm. This is a TV station. We're like, Ajama, we just trying to. It was like, well, I'm the only one here, Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. So we went somewhere else. I think SSTV or something.
Yeah.
We couldn't get to them. We found some guy just with a camera. And then we're like, Asma, we were just...
And I think the knowledge about video was completely very low by then.
Very low.
Things to do with quality, HD, 4K, whatever, nobody. Yeah.
We wanted... Purposely, I wanted a low quality video. You know why? Because I wanted people to see the raw South Sudan.
Okay.
You know? And when we picked up Queen Z, I remember she only had one outfit. And I told her, no, just bring another one. You can change. And then some of the parts in the video is actually from the studio. Okay. We were sitting there, we were behind dancing. And there's a part where we are on a boat. Okay. That some little boy was just, rowing around. We asked him, hey, here's some money, can we do the video? The boat was just sitting right there. We shot the video.
That's a canoe, the local one. Yes.
It was crossing the kids going to school.
Yeah.
And we just decided to do over there. But what I remember is the work ethic of everybody because it was something new. Yeah. And back then, it was just like, whatever you guys do, you take this video over there, let people see how beautiful the country was. And we did that. I remember when I released it in America, we got so much flack. Oh, Kida, you guys are like this. But I don't think people understand the concept behind it. Because the concept behind it was we wanted people to see South Sudan that is raw. Yeah. Not the fake. I don't like the fake stuff.
It's true.
That's why even when I did Iyal Del, those actual music video, the video shots, that's the actual recording. Okay. And I wanted something raw, and that's also the first video I've ever edited.
Okay. You did the video yourself.
So my younger brother Atiki shot the video, and I took the files and I edited myself the first time ever.
That's exciting. That's to give us a glimpse of the entertainment industry in South Sudan. I remember Nyakron Cultural Center was one of the main space.
Wow, yeah.
And Nile Comfort. That used to be one of the biggest spaces, Bros and the Rock City. Those were the powerful spaces. I want to bring this, Mr. Dynamq. What is your philosophy about money and investment? That has been one of the most avoided question when it comes to South Sudan entertainment space. We make money, but the money is not seen. Or I say artists, people in the creative space make money, the money is not seen. What is your philosophy about money and investment, and what should we do?
I think financial illiteracy is big.
Financial literacy, okay.
Yeah, it's very big. I think people need to, but then again, can you blame them though? Because they don't really have money to save.
That's why the platform Amplify is here. We need to amplify what should we do. Because looking down from now to 2010, we are casting about 14 years down the road.
Yeah.
And we cannot continue to be on the same spot with the same narrative that we have no money to save. Some countries are doing it.
I think the first step is to accept that financial illiteracy is big here.
Okay.
The first step in a healing process is accepting that you need help.
Yeah.
And we need help financially of how to control our money, what's going out and what's coming in.
Yeah.
I've always said it's like a hard drive. You have to back up your laptop. Okay. One day that laptop is gonna crash, you're gonna have your backup. Okay. You know, I think we need to, when we are training them, we need to turn them on their level of understanding, because you can't take somebody who is still in a primary school mentality and give them stuff that's in a university and trying to make them understand. I think finance should be start teaching since primary school. Mm-hmm. Honestly, because those are very important things. Yep. If we can teach them the science, the agriculture, why can't we teach them finance from that age? Let them know, if you have 100 pounds, use 60 pounds, take the 40 and put it somewhere else.
Yeah. I still have the belief that we still have one of the highly paid artists in this country. I don't know the current rate card, but I believe an artist must be paid between $500 to an equivalent for a smaller show, right. $500 to $1,000 or even $2,000 and more. Comparing it to Uganda, I see people's rate cards between 3 million.
How much is that in dollars?
3 million, that's around $700.
That's Ugandan artists?
1,000? Yeah, $1,000. And these are big shots.
Really?
Yes. Oh.
Wow.
There was a red card I saw last year circulating on social media. The highly paid artist in Uganda per show is about 20 million, who is Bobby Wine? Is Bobby Wine, Eddie Kenzo's?
In dollars?
Oh, that's under $10,000. We could talk about $5,000 to
but when they come over here, they get more.
Yeah, they're paid more outside the country. That's a rate within the country. And projecting locally, we also have artists who are privileged to have that, just only to appear in a concert, perform 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and off. With that, we can still not have the narrative that there's no money on the entertainment, even $500. Can we apply some financial literacy on that? What do we do in this regard?
I think the moment our musicians stop thinking that they're bigger than the industry,
yeah.
The moment a musician can pick up the phone and call you and ask you for advice, none of them will do that. Their ego is so big.
Okay.
Their pride is so big. They call themselves Mr. Know-It-All or Mrs. Know-It-All.
Okay.
You cannot tell them anything because they are living on survival mode. It's out of when you're living on survival mode, you don't care what anybody got to say or do. Mm-hmm. You're competing with that person, and you're competing with this person, you're competing with that person, and you are thinking, oh, he went to Awil and did a successful show. I need to go to Awil and do a successful show. Instead of you saying, how did you do that? Exactly, how did you do that?
Thank you so much, Dynamq. Yes, this has been a very insightful conversation. And for those who are watching this platform for the first time, the Amplify, we are digging deeper to find out what are those things that made Dynamq who he is, and what are those values that made me who I am, and what are those values that made someone else who they are. And this is an honest conversation. I want to dig deeper on leadership.
Yeah.
Your leadership and management. I believe in River Nile, it has never been an island. I hear many people say, I'm a self-made. I'm do this. I don't agree with that notion.
Me neither.
There's always someone behind you, even if it's not visible. You have a team.
Yeah.
What is your experience for the past 10 years managing people, working with people, and motivating people within your own establishment?
It's been a headache, I'll be honest.
Define headache.
The headache is when somebody feels like you need to do everything for them. And that's where we go wrong. Everything that I have, I've worked hard for it.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like somebody said previously, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything.
Great.
I've always said there's no room for, don't use me as something to test out something.
Okay.
Because music is powerful.
Yeah.
You know, we need to put out quality music.
Yeah.
You know, I still remember when artists used to go to Uganda to record.
Yeah.
They didn't have faith in any studio.
Any studio locally. Yeah.
You know, we need to talk about these things. It wasn't too long ago, you know.
Yeah.
I remember when even till today, artists say, "Oh, I shoot my music video in Uganda. I shoot my music video in South Africa." Those things I don't care about that. Shooting my music video in South Africa is not gonna make me a bigger person. If you ask me, I'll never pick South Africa over South Sudan any day.
Great.
You have to believe in what you have and work with what you have. You know how big Jamaica is? Jamaica is a very small island.
Okay.
You can drive around Jamaica in 4 hours.
Across.
All over the island.
Great.
But the impact they have in the world speaks loud. Why can't we have that? Yeah. You know? So I always look at it like musicians have to realize people like Kembe, the John Kuduses, the General Paulino, those are people that paved the way for us.
Yeah.
And when I did the
Ras
song,
Corby, you heard of Ras Corby?
Yeah, of
Where's Ras
course.
Corby? I was told he's the president of the Artists Union in Ghana.
I did a song with him. The song called, what's the song called? Abia Got to Be Free. We recorded that song at River Nile Studio.
In Juba.
In Juba.
Great.
And amazing. Raskobi went on the internet the other day. Somebody said something about Dynamq. Raskobi was ready to destroy him.
Yeah.
And he was so very defensive about me. I love him so much. I appreciate him. I feel like our people, they lack people they look up to because they don't value the elders. I'll be honest.
That's true.
The song Dugu Lugara is not my song. I wanted that song to feature General Paulino to remind people these are the people that open the doors. Yeah. Why don't we have young musicians doing songs with those of John Kuduse? You know, the elders. We want to see young collaboration with those of Emmanuel Kembe because they have a story to tell and we have a story to tell. We bring it together. And it's from both sides. We just have to work together. But last but not least, I just feel like if you believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, how am I supposed to believe in you?
Because I felt we really critically has to look onto this leadership concept. Personally, when I was in the music, I have my own team.
Yeah. I
also work with people. And of course, the challenges you said, working with a team, their point of challenges. Challenges might always come in. How do we manage such challenges? Yeah. Institutions, there's entry and there's exit. And sometimes when these are not well managed, it always brings in a situation. There are complexities in working with them. So at River Nile, what are those strategies you have in that young people can learn from? Because I believe most prominent artists are creating labels. And the way sometimes they recruit members to the label is you just find anybody on the street and you're already in my team. Is there a system?
Funny enough, I think we are used to each other, that we both know our roles.
Yeah.
My role is to be the musician.
Okay.
And when I put out a song, I send it to Loro, my teammate, and he says, good.
Okay.
And he says, no, say, we'll go back and work on it. I think we got to a point whereby we trust each other's decision. Great. And he is the reason why I started singing in Arabic Juba. I used to do dancehall and all that.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, because he says something like, my Arabic Juba is different and you should put it out. And so big up to him. I think respect is very important in a team.
I absolutely agree.
You have to disagree to respectfully.
Yeah.
You can't talk down on each other. And I'm looking at you as a leader as much as you look at me as a leader. We're all leaders. And just because you don't agree with my verse does not mean it's the end of the world.
That's true.
You also say, okay, try this. And I tried. If it work out, we both agree. No, if it don't, we just keep it going. I think what happens is people disagree and create enemies, which is very, very childish.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen artists that talk down on their management.
One question I always ask is, which kind of group do you want to stay in? A group that challenges you to think critically, or a group that always praises you whether you do right or wrong?
I call him the yes man. I don't want no yes man around me.
Yeah.
I want groups that challenge me.
Good.
And I want artists that challenge me as well. And I want producers that I sit back and say, yo, you ever seen, there's a video out of Jay-Z in the studio with Timbaland, the producer.
Yeah.
And Timbaland was playing some beat and Jay-Z did this face like, I need that beat. We don't have that anymore. We have people say, make me this.
Yeah. Or you come with a copy of a song and say, let it sound like this. Great.
Man, and then you come out, you get annoyed because people haven't received your song the way you're supposed to. Now, I've seen musicians getting mad at the crowd. You guys are blah, blah, blah. You can't do that, man.
It's true.
First of all, I hope this conversation could go long. We need to learn how to perform. Our people are the worst performers.
We don't invest in
They're worst
in
performers.
dance.
Every time somebody, and I'm going to say this because I have a lot of respect for him. I told Rocky J yesterday and Little Bean, when I call you guys on stage, I don't want to hear DJ, stop that. It's very unprofessional. When the song start playing, the people in the groove go with it.
Yeah.
You know, when you go up there, the song start playing, and I don't know where they found this whole idea of you sit 100 miles behind the venue, and they introduce you. And being introduced, you're supposed to be next to the stage, and that is what I told Little Bean and Rocky J. I say, when I call you guys, it should not take you less than 5 seconds to get on stage.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, but because I understand. People, you see, 10 seconds of silence is bad.
In radio, that's what? Dead air.
Dead air. We don't want that. Yeah. Listen, and we need to get to a point whereby we have bands. We don't have bands, Jama. I think Isaka #1 is the one really trying with the band. We need to follow his steps. Yeah. Can you imagine Rocky J with a Rocky J band?
That would be huge.
Imagine Coco San with a band. Imagine all these DJs, their job is to play music.
I performed with a band sometimes back. The beauty of a band is that a 3-minute song, you can prolong it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You have fun to play with it, and that's something
my dream is to start a Ruka band.
That would be powerful.
And the Ruka band is going to back up everybody at Ruka Festival.
Finally, we are running out of time. Branding, what's your comment on branding? I think Ruka is a very beautiful brand that can be sold and it can move across the country. Yeah. And secondly, partnerships. I've seen you partnering with many institutions like the MTN and others. I think branding. Did they discover you or you discovered them, or how did you do it?
I think I went to them with a couple of proposals. Every now and then we get turned down. It's not the end of the world. Maybe they were not ready. Yeah. Maybe they didn't see what they want to see. But as far as the other thing, what you say?
Branding.
Branding is very important. Branding is whereby you make people interested in your product. Okay. And for that to happen, you have to be welcoming to people. Okay. You can't talk down to people. You can't make people feel like you're forcing them to be with you.
So thank you. As we wrap this up, we've been talking about branding, and I think this is a forbidden conversation. The next question I'm going to ask, and I want you to be as open as possible. Recently, when you were in Ruka Festival, we saw a post about a group that was affiliated to you according to the social media, BFL.
Right. Yeah.
And then sometimes back, over 3 or 4 years ago, was it Check B?
Yeah.
Check B was also much associated to your label, and their exit has always been on social media, not officially or something like that. What is your comment on that? And finally, partnership. How do our artists position themselves to be good brand ambassadors like you had been to MTN and other brands?
First of all, I don't sign people.
Okay.
I have never ever signed anybody to Ruka or River Nile. Okay. What I've done is I feel like you're a good artist and I'll repost your music and I hope people that are following me to follow you.
Okay.
Nothing more than that.
No formal.
No, because I don't think people understand the value of somebody taking his space and giving you that space. That's what I did literally.
Okay.
If you ask any of those guys, do you have a contract from Ruka? They will say no. Do you have a contract from Dynamq? No. Do you have an agreement? No. I just like your music and I wanted to share it with the world.
Okay.
But you felt to you like you're gonna use that opportunity to get some type of publicity. I don't respect that at all. That's why I don't answer back. I don't answer back nobody. My heart is clean.
Great.
I understand I'm the bigger name. I understand I'm the bigger brand. So when I put you on my platform, who's really benefiting? Not me.
True.
You know? And when I look at your pages, you don't even share my stuff. You look like I have the most followers, so I need to be the one. No, it doesn't work like that. I've always said, when I give you my platform and I put you on there, there's people that's gonna see you that never seen you, never heard you before. It's for you to brand yourself now and take that opportunity to make those people stick to your page. You know, that's all I can do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't sign people for the simple fact that I don't think people understand what it is to be signed.
That's true.
You know, and if anybody for me to sign would have to be my niece, who's a singer as well. Why would I not sign my niece and sign you? It doesn't work like that. I think people feel entitled. People feel like your hard work belongs to them. I work my butt off day and night to be where I am.
Time and discipline as well.
Time and discipline. I've never disrespected nobody. I've never did a song that parents will look at their kids. We don't want you to listen to Dynamq songs. I have traveled every corner of this world. And what I did is like, give me your music, I'll put it on my page. And what are you doing in return? Saying that I disrespect you. How am I disrespecting you? Life don't work like that. And I always said, if you feel like I'm going to answer you on social media is it's not for me. I don't do social media wars. You have my number. I am the easiest person to get in touch with. Don't let nobody feel like I'm hard to get in touch with.
It's true.
You know, and I have no respect for people who feel like I want something for them, but they're not a bigger name than me. What do I need from Check B? Be honest. What do
That's
I
good.
need from nothing really.
Yeah,
so I'm giving you a platform and I hope you do. And I still love them dearly.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're confused. I feel like they don't understand the concept of branding. You know, if Wyclef, I'm working with Wyclef.
Are you signed to Wyclef or
That's behind the scenes. We'll reveal that later.
Okay.
But you know.
Yeah, I see him giving shout out to you.
Yeah.
Wyclef, and this one of the Caribbean.
A lot
most of the artists
Beanie
in
Man,
the Caribbean.
Bantan, all of them. They do that because they see how I'm pushing this artist, and you know. I showed those of Deco my conversation with Wyclef.
Okay.
Not even one photo of myself.
Yeah.
You know whose photos are in there? Those of Irene, those of Single D, Rocky J, and I'm showing him this is what we are doing here.
For those who didn't know Wyclef Jean sang with Shakira.
Shakira, yeah.
Which one was that?
Your Hips Don't Lie.
Shakira, Hips Don't Lie.
And then he's also from the famous group called the Fugees.
Fugees, okay.
One of the biggest hip hop groups of all time with Lauryn Hill and Pras.
Okay.
And they're doing their 25th year tour now.
Wow.
Crazy shows.
That's powerful.
Crazy shows. And they did songs with Carlos Santana, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Big multi-Grammy. He has the most views in the world, by the way.
Wow.
300 billion views.
Views on
the song with Shakira.
Oh, that's powerful.
You know?
That's
so
powerful.
Those are the people
close to half of the world viewed.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And you know, we when I show the conversation, and he's really impressed about what we're doing. I even let them listen to the voice note. Okay. Hey man, you know, let's play this in South Sudan, man. Let them know, man. We're gonna rock one day.
Oh, good.
Those are the opportunities that comes with patience. And discipline. Great. Now, when I sign you, the whole world is gonna know I signed you, because it's gonna be papers and we're gonna make a big deal out of it. According to you, I don't make those big deals. I can tell you a deal that I signed right now, I've never shared with anybody. This is exclusive, right? Okay. Yeah. My song, Those Days in Nairobi, I signed a 30-year deal with Netflix.
Wow.
A movie that's going to be on Netflix.
That's powerful.
30-year deal. Wow. I signed it since last year, February.
Wow.
I've never shared with anybody because I understand how people feel about certain things, you know, but you have to grind in the background and let people feel the way they feel. Great. You know, Those Days in Nairobi was voted one of the biggest songs in Eastern Central Africa. Yeah. That's from one of us, a South Sudanese.
Good. As we close this up, last year, we show a publication of 1 million win.
Oh man!
Where's the cash and
man, you know,
you put them somewhere?
To be honest, they haven't sent me the money yet.
Seriously?
Honest. They haven't, and it's the truth of the matter is it's about $17,000 US. Okay. You know, it's
that was
Jamaican dollars.
Jamaican dollars. Let's close this up. Continue with it sometime.
Yeah, man.